Thanks for joining us today. I'm here to have a conversation with Nick Mumberket, the CEO of Newground Financial, and Paul Wheeler, who's the chair of the board of Community Benefit Services Trust. My name is Annika Voltan. I'm the executive director of IONS, or Impact Organizations of Nova Scotia. And this is an initiative that is really near and dear to the work that IONS is doing, especially related to healthy workplaces and decent work. We know from research we've conducted over the last couple of years, and just anecdotally, that benefits are not at an adequate level in our sector. There are many organizations, more than half in fact, that don't have any health or dental benefits at all. And there are many more that don't have retirement or pension benefits. And so a couple of years ago, we started talking with Nick Mumberket about how we might be able to work together to offer a plan that would be well suited for the sector, that would be something that would work for very small organizations and even those that don't always have predictable or stable funding. And especially through the pandemic, as mental health crises have been aggravated and well-being is just core to so many of our needs right now, this felt like something we really wanted to work on and amplify. And so, Nick, tell us a little bit more about why you started working in the community impact sector and what drove you to engaging in this partnership.
Yeah, I mean, truthfully, again, I've spent a lot of time working in the sector, volunteering in the sector, and a number of years ago, and then when I had a pile of kids, I didn't really have much time to give back in the sector. And what I realized was, as being an employee benefits specialist, so our firm, we're certified employee benefits specialists who work with employee benefits clearly and pensions. I was lucky enough to get introduced to a few for-impact organizations, and we started working with them. And then I started to see this sort of common theme of I guess maybe confusion. Other brokers have not really trained the market, the sector to understand what to expect from an employee benefits provider. And that being said, we thought, let's niche down in this sector and see how we can help. So small organizations, medium, large in this sector are very important to our community. And that's where we're really a community-minded organization at Newground. We want to give back, and we know that if we can provide high-quality employee benefits to organizations of any size, that we can help them attract and retain great people to then, pursue their mission in our community. And that's really why we're doing this, why we focus on this, and treating any client, who has 500 employees, 150, or one, the exact same way is very important to us. And that what I mean by that is providing education and understanding. And I think there's a huge unfortunate gap in the marketplace for organizations that are willing to spend the time to do that, and we are, and that's it. That's why we're here.
Yeah, that's great. And as you alluded to, it's getting harder and harder to attract and retain people. It's a very competitive work landscape out there, and this is an opportunity for employers in the community impact space to start to narrow that gap.
Absolutely.
So why did the two of you start working together?
Well, it's just, as I explored organizations that could serve this community, the CSBT popped up pretty quick for me, and through some mutual connections, I got to know Paul about 7 years ago, I think at this point. I flew out to Surrey, BC, and got to meet him and the other, their partner, Group Health, to understand what they're doing in the sector. And from our standpoint, it's been such a great relationship so far. One just specifically with Paul, and that of what the CSBT is trying to accomplish. Finding an insurance carrier, a provider of benefits that understands the sector was super important for us as we thought, how are we going to pursue, working in this market. Paul, I don't know if you have anything to add to that.
I would want to say that from CSBT's point, why Newground Financial, and also why IONS? Why would we even be interested? And I think for me, it starts with the fact that we're not an insurance company. Our board of trustees, we have 8 members on our board of trustees, and we're all either executive directors or HR directors of community service organizations organizations that are exactly the same as the members of IONS. We are all impact organizations, basically spending our lives at a lot less money than we would have earned if we did something else, trying to make our communities the best they can possibly be. That's the entire reason we exist as human beings, that we've spent our lives doing that. And it's also why we started CSBT. We've always been concerned as a board that the employees that worked for us in the community services sector don't earn anywhere near what they're worth, and they really need the extra support that a really quality benefits program can provide to them. And their employers need cost sustainability at the same time. So our reason for existing is to find organizations like Newground who are prepared to work with us, who really care about their community and want to spend, are prepared to spend their time and energy working to improve their community by working with organizations that are part of IONS, who are also, their whole point is, how do we make our community to be the best it can possibly be? For us, it's the perfect marriage. It's a marriage of like minds, if you will, and like dedication. So that's for us as a board. Why are we doing what we're doing, and why do we choose to work with organizations like yours? So that's for me what it's all about.
Yeah, thanks so much to both of you. It's an opportunity and a plan that's been designed by the sector for the sector. And if you're interested in learning more, you can find out more information at our website at ions.ca. And again, I'm happy to have this conversation with Nick and Paul. So thanks again.
Thank you.
Thank you.